Mic check. Yo, g'day. Bitcoin is absolutely pumping, smashing through $69,000, heading towards 74,369. Some traders are expecting a $6 trillion inflow into Bitcoin, while Jack Dorsey is predicting $1 million per Bitcoin. Venezuela has banned Bitcoin mining. Craig Wright has been dismissed legally as not Satoshi Nakamoto. The bull market multiple, it might be 276x. Diving straight into the price this morning. Let's move that camera over. Let's see if we can get that sorted this morning. You can see this up and to the right. We are at $68,701. Just really quickly, what we've done in the last 24 hours, a low of $66,000 on the dot there and 1 cent. And we're at 68,700. I think it is a little bit higher. Coinbase, 69,899. TikTok, next block. We'll come back to the numbers. Just a really subtle, quick reminder from Michael Saylor before we get into things this morning.
And my last point to you, you do not sell your Bitcoin. Thank you.
Let's get it. All right, so diving into the Bitcoin news with the fast facts. Last week, 303 million inflows on the spot Bitcoin ETFs yesterday, and Bitcoin increased. This happened last week by $84 billion in market cap. That's a bull market multiple of 276x. No one is ready for this bull run. We have seen nothing yet. This bull market multiple, it's going to bounce around. It's going to play around a little bit. Bank of America, I reckon they said 120 for the bull market, 276x last week. Absolutely huge. Jack Dorsey, he's going huge as well. He has pushed his $1 million prediction out to 2030, but as Bitcoin's pumping at 69,759, we can see how this can easily play out. Couple of points here. And Jack Dorsey is going to get behind this and make it happen. Dorsey, who led the social media platform from 2015 to 2021, developed a strong interest in crypto during that time, is now fully focused on the sector. It's Bitcoin, not crypto. Get it right. CoinDesk. Jack Dorsey believes the price of Bitcoin could reach over 1 million by the end of 2030. His outlook aligns with that of other industry leaders as well. Remember Cathie Wood, she's predicted 1.5 mil by that time. Couple of things here. Straight out of the mouth of Jack Dorsey, these words. The most amazing thing about Bitcoin, apart from the founding story, is anyone who works on it or gets paid in it or buys it for themselves, everyone who puts any effort in to make it better is making the entire ecosystem better, which makes the price go up. He said, this is number go up technology. How exciting. While 1 million seems like a stretch from Bitcoin's current price of 60,000, a little bit outdated, we are at 69,799 cents. Other big names in the industry have voiced similar outlooks. ARK Invest founder has even taken it a step further. Remember, Dorsey also founded a company called Square in 2009, which he has called Blanc. Jack Dorsey is getting behind the Bitcoin ecosystem and building it out, making the use case easier for so many people. Just yesterday, I put out this post saying, have a little bit of patience because the price had been sideways for a whole lot of time. And then we start pumping today, go figure. But to have patience with the price, all you need to do is buy, stack, and chill, and then realize this is where it's going. So this is typically 1 year after the halving. 2012, we saw nearly a 9,000% increase at 8,839. 2016, 285%, and 2020, nearly 550 at 548%. But in all those years after the halving, 2012 is only up 9%. 2020 was also a green month as well, the month after the halving at 6%, but 2016 down 10%. We'll come back to the numbers as well. A little bit of patience. If you can do us a favor, smash the like button if you enjoy Bitcoin at $69,000. G'day to everyone on Rumble, YouTube, and X. Let's get it. So the amount of money that's coming into Bitcoin's absolutely insane. We saw all these filings last week with these hedge funds. Now, a majority, 52% of the nation's largest hedge funds out of the top 25, 13 own Bitcoin. And the amount of Bitcoin that they own is absolutely staggering. Check out number 3 here, Millennial Management, 27,263. Pretty bloody impressive. And I believe, somebody fact checked me, they're on zero before this filing. 0.72 Asset Management, over 1,000 as well. Schronfield Star Advisors, 6,734. Wall Street absolutely loves Bitcoin. Some traders are expecting $6 trillion of capital inflows to come into Bitcoin as well, to be unleashed. Cash that's just sitting on the sidelines, ready to be thrown in. They've been waiting around for 2 years. They're sick and tired of not getting any returns. They've seen Bitcoin absolutely pump. The dollar continues to go down. This wave of liquidity that could come in here, pour into the market's absolutely massive. And then what we saw this morning here with Bitcoin at 69,000 over, I think this party is just getting started. Oh, this is hilarious. Let's jump straight into it. Bloomberg put out this piece. Have a little sympathy for the Federal Reserve. Monetary policy is unavoidably complex, and anyone who says otherwise is not to be trusted. His job is not simple. Well, I agree his job's not simple, but they've destroyed the economy, so I'm not going to give him any remorse, any respite. I'd like to know what you think about having a little bit of sympathy for Popper Powell. I'll have sympathy when he gets things right, when he gets inflation under control. I guess the attack, it continues with Bitcoin. We'll race through this. We'll jump back into the numbers, but because Bitcoin, it's just absolutely smashing it today. It's so excited. It's waking up with everyone over there in the States on Monday. Anyway, Venezuela bans crypto mining to protect the power grid. So in this article, it says they've confiscated 2,000 cryptocurrency mining devices as part of an anti-corruption initiative. I actually believe it's like 11,000 devices now, crypto mining machines, Bitcoin miners that they have taken. Either way, whatever that number is, they've taken so many miners, they don't want it. They're blaming their electricity and issues on Bitcoin. Like here, they get into it. Has joined the list of Venezuela has joined the list of countries that have frowned on crypto mining due to hefty electricity demands. According to a local news outlet, Venezuela's Ministry of Electric Power has unveiled plans to disconnect cryptocurrency mining farms from the national grid. The move aims to regulate excessive energy consumption and guarantee a stable power supply for the population. The ministry emphasized the need to offer efficient and reliable energy service across Venezuela by eliminating the strain caused by these high energy consuming farms. So according to officials, these measures are essential to stabilize the nation's power supply, which has been unreliable for the past decade. I'm not really sure if Bitcoin miners have anything to do with their unreliable power grid. Now they've taken them out of the equation, we'll see if instantly, straight away, if they've fixed it, if not, because they just switch them off. There's no delay with Bitcoin miners. And how come Texas can get it right with ERCOT and they can stabilize the grid? They can switch them on, they can switch them off. Maybe the Venezuelan government needs to look at the incentive system here. Bitcoin is a net positive on the electricity energy system on the grid when it's done the right way in collaboration. So maybe they are justified, but maybe they need to revisit this. Because anyone on a Bitcoin standard, any nation on a Bitcoin standard is improving the lives of their citizens, not taking away energy. Anyway, the Venezuelan government's move against cryptocurrency mining is reportedly part of a larger anti-corruption push, which has led to the arrest of several top officials. Well, that's always good news if there is corruption there. with top officials. If we can get rid of those, the world is healing. Jose Litt, the ex-head of the National Superintendency of Crypto Assets, is a key figure in the corruption allegations. So we'll see. Real quick shout out. If you've got your Bitcoin on the exchange, please get it off. If you need help running a node, please get it off. If you just need to set up an air-gapped wallet, which is like the number one is putting your seed on steel, and then you can take it over and above what that is. But if you need any help in any of the journey, the Bitcoin Way is the professional Bitcoin IT team. 25 years in cybersecurity. Safetina Moose, the author of the Bitcoin Standard, also recommends the Bitcoin Way. The Bitcoin Way is the service I've always wanted. Run your own node, air-gapped wallets, everything cybersecurity, whether it's attacks, your Bitcoin privacy, any help with your Bitcoin purchase, support, KYC free inheritance planning, multi-sig, cybersecurity, UTXO management as well, especially while fees are cheap. Read through their testimonial. There's so many, everyone that uses them enjoys them, and it's not an ongoing percentage fee. It's a fee for service. However, the first 30 minutes is free. Link at the top of the description. Let them know that I say g'day. I will be bringing Tony onto the channel next week as well. So if you've got any questions, cybersecurity, UTXO, management, Bitcoin in general, protecting your wallet, let us know. Tag us on X, or after this video has finished being live, drop them in the comment section. We can hit Tony up with them. Guy's absolutely amazing, helping out 82-year-olds, protecting their Bitcoin, going from zero to hero in an instant. Now, let's just make sure this is correct. It looks like it's about right. It's so exciting. This is what gets me the most excited about Bitcoin, is the bloody block clock. Every 10 minutes, it's just tick-tock, next block. We're at 844,340 blocks. 9 minutes and 54 seconds. It's like so close to the target. With the difficulty adjustment, it's only going to go up about 1% or just under 1% in 2 days' time, 0.96%. The hash rate, absolutely insane. Public nodes, total reachables, only 19,132. Run a node, ladies and gentlemen. They're not that hard. Be your own bank. Be a sovereign individual. Super easy, super straightforward. If you need any help, reach out to the Bitcoin Way. What sucks about this price absolutely pumping is the Satoshis per USD. It's gone down dramatically. We're only at 1,436. So I guess you get Bitcoin at the price you deserve. I know that sounds harsh, but it's either read the books, get educated, understand what Bitcoin is, because Bitcoin is going up and to the right forever over time. In the short term, it's volatile as we've had a $3,000 daily candle, actually more than that. It's let's bring it back up. In the past, wow, we did tap. We missed it, but we tapped $70,000. So we've had a $4,000 candle in the past 24 hours. And we're going to have $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days to up to the downside. Please get ready for it. Read the books. Brian DeMint's first book, Bitcoin Evangelism. Second book is so epic, The Parallel Economy. Should be the second line in the description. If you can read in less than 24 and a half hours, verify it. I will send you 10,000 Satoshis to the first person that can manage that. How you prove it, be creative, and we will talk. Hit me up on X there. Read the books. They're so exciting. Bitcoin's obviously going to the moon. In what time frame? Who freaking cares? The higher it goes, the quicker it goes. As we get here, like this number, these Satoshi numbers, like be mortally afraid. If you haven't been stacking for years and years and years, this number over the next couple of years is going to go down so fast, so quick, 69,645. Instead of just trying to think, I'm going to time the bottom of the cycle, like maybe you miss 17,000, 21,000, 22,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. Now it's at 69,682. Whatever the numbers are, maybe just DCA into it. Dollar cost average. We're about to get Oh, it's on the other block clock. We're almost at 69,666. Ominous number, maybe a little bit of a warning. And 69,669, how cool. But DCA, just whatever it is, weekly, daily, monthly, put in a consistent amount, do that for a couple of years, or whether you're religious or not, the religious texts say tithe 10%. Just tithe 10% each week or every time you get paid into the piggy bank of Satoshi. It is God's money. It is energy money. It's truth money. I believe any of the religious figures would be proud of you for doing that. And I don't believe that's blasphemy in the slightest thing, because you are aligning yourself with the world's hardest money and you can do good. Sats per dollar, obviously 1,431. Market capitalization, well over 1.3 trillion at 1.38 trillion. 8.3% of gold's market cap, and 73,790 was the old all-time high. 74,369. Could we see that by the end of the week if we keep pumping like this? Hey, we could see it today. We could see it tomorrow. It's better not to try time Bitcoin, though. Just spend time in Bitcoin. That old adage, it's a little bit of a saying, but I think it stands clear. Don't try time this. Just try get as much of it as humanly possible. Pretty amazing. 8.30. Now, the world's healing. This is absolutely fantastic. If you just tuned in, drop us a like, hit subscribe if we vibe. It is good to be back to normal programming, feeling much better. Thanks everyone for the well wishes. Bitcoin Magazine, bit of a disappointment. However, releasing this, they got it out straight away. We will dive into Copa as well. Breaking, the judge has just published his ruling in the Copper versus Craig Wright lawsuit. That Craig is not Satoshi Nakamoto. We knew it, and well done to not American Huddle, Space Cat. Oh my God. Sorry, it's too early. My apologies. Really, my apologies there. I'm having a brain slip. I can't recall. And Peter McCormack there. But this one here. Dr. Wright presents himself as an extremely clever person. However, in my judgment, he is not nearly as clever as he thinks he is in both his written evidence and in days of oral evidence under cross-examination. I am entirely satisfied that Dr. Craig Wright lied to the court extensively and repeatedly. Most of his lies related to the documents he had forged with purported to support his claim. All his lies and forged documents were in support of his biggest lie, his claim to be Satoshi Nakamoto. The world's healing. Bitcoin is going up. Maybe this is why Bitcoin's absolutely pumping today. In celebration of the truth, Bitcoin aligns itself with truth. And we see that very clearly, that you can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes or exposes you. Now, Copa, Judge Miller has just delivered his written judgment that Craig Wright is not Satoshi, which carefully dissects Wright's tangled web of forgeries and lies. Thanks to the community support, Copa proudly stands for truth and justice. We look forward to developers continuing their work on Bitcoin without fear of baseless litigation. That's a breath of fresh air. Last week, again, this was 3 days ago. This was when Bitcoin had just broken above 67,000. Now it's above 69,000. Did tap 70,000. But Rajat, we're almost at previous all-time highs set in 2021, and yet 95% of people don't seem to care. This is the best opportunity of our lifetimes, and most people think it's a scam. They'll start paying attention when Bitcoin is over $100,000. They won't truly understand what's happening until Bitcoin is at $1 million. It seems absurd when Bitcoin's only at the $70,000 level, or $69,790.01 to be. I was precise, and then it changed because Bitcoin price changes. People don't care. I'm not getting the calls. I truly believe at $100,000 is when they're going to start coming in like they did last cycle. people start talking about it more. Mainstream media is going to start talking about it more. If that $6 trillion of cash sitting on the sidelines starts to flow in, and then the FOMO in the market starts, people will start caring, they'll start paying attention. But like Rajat here, until Bitcoin's $1 million, the majority of the world's probably not going to care. And then even at $1 million, Bitcoin is still so cheap. In my opinion, Jack Dorsey's talking about $1 million by 2030. I believe in that. That's in today's currency as well. Who knows how much they debase the dollar. But as Bitcoin continues to go up, people's purchasing power continues to go down. They haven't got inflation under control, even though they are sort of alluding to that it's okay. The 0.3% is okay. It's not. People are going to start to wake up. And then that's how Bitcoin goes from 1 million to 10 million. Timeline, I don't know. I have no idea. You can let us know your thoughts, but I believe Bitcoin's going up forever, and I believe in this, that people aren't really going to care until we hit 100K, and then most people are not going to wake up till it's over $1 million. Venezuela, they're literally having fun staying poor. John Creasy, shout out to you, mate. A little bit of fun. I thought I'd just bring it up. And we need to remember, like, Wall Street is here. Whether we think it's an attack on Bitcoin or just holding the Bitcoin ETFs is only exposure to number go up technology, but not freedom technology. And you probably want to get exposure to the freedom technology side of things. We'll dive into what's happening here, what happened last week in Australia, what's happening everywhere around the world where they're coming after you with control. But Wall Street's here, the hedge funds are here, nation states are here, corporations, companies are here. Like Morgan Stanley reveals it has spot Bitcoin ETFs, which we covered last week. They're all waking up, but mainstream, like just the everyday person just doesn't care. Like just go talk to some random person on the streets. They're probably too distracted, whether it's on TikTok or they're just trying to make ends meet. They're working 2 jobs, working 80 to 100 hours, and they're not paying attention. They're not reading the books. They won't care. They don't know that they care. It's just about getting them to know that they need to care, because Bitcoin is the most important thing for our sovereign individuality. Anyway, rant over. This week, actually, pretty interesting. There's a vote in Congress that's happening. It's backed by a lot of altcoiners, the degenerate peak body type things, which it's not Bitcoin only. Maybe it gives it'll probably be net positive for Bitcoin. Either way, it is happening. And Congress, the governments all around the world lump Bitcoin and crypto together. They're totally separate. I understand, we get all that. But while they are still clumped together, I guess anything that's favorable to crypto is good for Bitcoin. That feels dirty saying that in my mouth. Lucky we're at 69,917. That's a better taste in my mouth this morning. Instead of talking about crypto, let us know if we hit 70K. Clockwise is saying 7K. But this week, House lawmakers will vote on the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, known as FIT 21, which would promote the Commodities Future Trading Commission, CFTC, to a major crypto regulator and carve out which areas of the Bitcoin and crypto markets are overseen by the SEC. Would also set guardrails against risky behavior and establish consumer protection for the custody of cryptocurrencies and how they should be treated in bankruptcy. By passing this legislation, we can accelerate the growth of blockchain technology and digital assets, fostering financial inclusion and protecting national security. The Crypto Council for Industry Innovation, a coalition of crypto companies and organizations. So like, this is why I'm hung up a little bit. Like Coinbase involved, as well as Kraken, as well as Investor, A16Z or Andreessen Horowitz, and the sprawling digital cryptocurrency group Empire. So they wrote an open letter to lawmakers. It is crucial for the US to maintain its leadership in financial innovation. Remember, everything aside from Bitcoin is a scam, or it's just Fiat 2.0. There's rules which they change on arbitrary data. Nobody has no idea what they're coming out with. They come up with some pretty amazing taglines as well. But just remember, it's Bitcoin. Everything else is a slave coin. Coinbase, speak of the devil. The balance on exchanges, Bitcoin is hitting all-time highs as well, and maybe this is what is leading to this supply shock. Average Geo, what chart are you looking at? Let's go back to, it's probably not the best, but let's just see if it's a little bit higher. 70,216. Let's get it, baby. How awesome. 70K. Oh, Satoshis are gone down. We are all getting less of the world's hardest money for the world's worst money. For whatever fiat dollars, whatever funny money, monopoly money you're playing around with, you're now getting less Bitcoin. This is a happy day. This is a sad day. This is a day to celebrate, to know that your thesis was right, and also a day of mourning. 70,000 Satoshis, they're going down. However, I'll still be buying because this thing going 100,000, a million plus over the time frame. Who cares? It doesn't really take long. $70,000, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it. How epic. This next slide, we hit the nail on the head. Remember, like so many countries hold Bitcoin as well. A lot of it's through confiscation. So obviously protect your keys, do the right thing if you need help. 70K is still on sale, 100%, I agree. But if you need help really locking down so this doesn't happen, reach out to the Bitcoin Way. The first 30 minutes truly is free. But the US, 215,000 Bitcoin. Wow, 1% of the supply. China, pretty close at 190,000. UK, 61. German, 50K. Ukraine, 46. El Salvador, 5,692. 69, the numbers of the universe. It's a glorious day. It's a day aligned with truth. But anyway, don't let this happen to your Bitcoin. But many countries around the world do hold Bitcoin, even if they are going to FUD it. Canada's living standard, it's alarmingly on track to be the lowest in 40 years. The reason I bring this up is this is happening to every country around the world, especially Western countries, unfortunately. Huge amount of inflation, huge amount of money printing back in the scandemic that happened where everyone was walking around with diapers on their face. Absolute insanity. The way that for me to be able to protect myself from this happening more and more and more, because it's only going to get worse, like I think indefinitely until the system implodes on itself, is to buy, stack, and chill with Bitcoin. Basically, just save in Bitcoin, whatever that means for you. Maybe it's only 10% of your savings, whatever allows you to dip your toe into the water and then start reading the books. Absolutely imperative at a time like now. Living standards all around the world are getting so much worse. The homelessness everywhere. The addiction issues that are going on, the civil unrest, the violence that is happening, unspeakable tragedies that are happening all around the world because the money system is broken. You can opt out. You can protect yourself, your friends, your family. And when you adopt Bitcoin, you do make the world a better place. Peter Schiff is, I'm tired of people claiming only against Bitcoin to generate social media engagement. We'll just race through. We've got a few more things to jump into. Hit subscribe if you haven't already and you're jumping in live. That's ridiculous. My goal was to maximize engagement and come out in favor of Bitcoin, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my integrity just to attract followers or increase engagement. Investment answers. You need to give them credit here. Oh, come on. We both know Bitcoin's been the star of the show. You're getting the whole debasement thing, right? And let's be honest, you're kicking yourself for not hopping on the Bitcoin train 10 years ago. But seriously, how do you justify gold's sad little 75% value drop over the last 44 years? Holding on to gold has been like holding on to a sinking ship. Gold bugs celebrate losing 75% in 44 years. Why you opt out and you buy Bitcoin? Remember, Bitcoin is still under attack. So IBIX Pay decides to suspend all US servers starting May 31st. I will repost that at Sean Clark, SEANCLARKE 911. For everyone, remember, Bitcoin's truly scarce. This is Mark Moss here. Given its historical increase in purchasing power, CAGR of 200%. Plus, number go up, risking 100% of your stack to earn a mega yield is the wrong way to think about it. You don't risk 100% of an asset going up 50 to 200% per year to earn 6 to 8%, nor do you save it all up and then sell it off paying taxes and hoping it lasts until you die. Rather, consider waiting until the amount is high enough to leverage just a small 5 to 10% of your stack with debt, which is tax-free cash flow. Then hold the asset forever, pass it to your kids for them to do the same, repeat for true generational wealth. Now, I got a lot of pushback on that, Mark Moss, in regards to loan against your Bitcoin. The market's not set up for that, and I don't know if it ever will be. Not your keys, not your coins. You need to hand over your keys, or at least put in a multi-sig with a trusted institution. How those come out and develop, maybe if Jack Dorsey or Jack Mallers comes out with something, maybe the risks are significantly reduced. They are still there. So whether it's taking a loan or selling it, probably don't do either at this stage. Wait for the space to develop a little bit. But Bitcoiners, they're always improving, reiterating, and we will get to a time where maybe that does make sense. Last week in Cuba, it did look like the banking system had collapsed. I haven't seen an update since last week, but bank accounts have been emptied, no cash at ATMs, massive big lines, a lot of civil unrest by the media that was out there. Whether it's as bad as that, I don't know, or it was worse, and they're trying to make light of the situation. Money in your bank account doesn't belong to you. When this happens in America, we will get a bank holiday. The next day, we'll have CBDCs and complete digital tyranny. Happening to Australia, Google, they accidentally deleted a $125 billion Australian pension fund. That's a retirement fund. You can hold your Bitcoin in a self-managed super fund, which is your retirement account, like a Roth IRA. A little bit different here in Australia, but they're called a self-managed super fund. You can reach out to the Bitcoin way. You reach out onto X. Somebody did the other day. I used eSuper Fund. Super easy to be able to set it up. And you go through bitcoinsuperfund.io, I believe, is the right one from Andy. Andy put that together as well. Leads you through the steps. You can do it yourself and you can get someone else to help you, but you can do it. And maybe this is a good reason to do it. They have had their services restored, but flick a switch. We're already been warned about increased cybersecurity attacks. Something like this happens. I think their party is just getting started. Congress wants to abolish the Federal Reserve. This would be great. I don't see that ever happening. I think the creature from Jekyll Island has its tentacles spread far too wide, but we will see. We will keep you updated on that. It's just a bill. Rep Mazzi, though, what he said here, Americans are suffering under crippling inflation. The Federal Reserve is to blame. During COVID, the Fed created trillions of dollars out of thin air and loaned it to the Treasury Department to enable unprecedented deficit spending. Calling a spade there. A groundbreaking move. The Federal Reserve Board abolish the Federal Reserve. Wouldn't it be good? Wouldn't it be good? If only. I don't see it happening, though. We'll see. Maybe I need to be a little bit more optimistic because we've got politicians on X debating which state is best for Bitcoin with Senator Cynthia Lummis. All due respect, Senator Ted Cruz, but Wyoming is the best state in the country for Bitcoin and crypto. This is pretty awesome as well. US Congressman Emma says House Republicans will pass his anti-CBDC bill this week. The idea of a central bank digital currency is more than alarming. It is downright un-American. It's downright unpatriotic or like It's so bad for the individuals of the country, the citizens of the country, not for the ruling class, those in control. It's great for them. Absolutely amazing for them. If you don't believe me, read George Orwell, 1984. Or Aldous Huxley, A Brave New World. Those two, or The Great Reset. There's two books, The Great Reset, that I'd recommend. One by Klaus Schwab, the other one by Alex Jones. Whatever you think of either of those two people, I'd urge you to read those books. CBDC is not a good thing. They're happening. We're getting them here in Australia later this year. By the looks of things, we've already got digital IDs. That passed last week. But these CBDCs, they're not a good idea at all to stay a sovereign individual. Bitcoin is the solution to it. They're like the exact opposite of Bitcoin, and then worse. People around the world, though, everywhere, like Bitcoin's unstoppable. So whatever happens short term, just buy, stack, and chill. Hold Bitcoin in self-custody. The truth will always prevail. Whatever time frame that takes, sooner rather than later, we will get there. Bulgarian soccer teams will be offering Bitcoin bonuses for their players. It's pretty cool. Well, this is what they're ruling. I'm going to save this one for tomorrow. If you want a sneak peek at Sean Clark 911, watch that. We'll save that video for tomorrow. Yuval Noah Harari, the WEF advisor, Klaus Schwab's right-hand man. Insane. Absolutely insane. Thanks, Lucky Red Fish, for sharing this as well. The Australian Central Bank under-budgeted renovations of its headquarters by 400%. So they thought it'd cost 260 million. It's actually going to cost 1.1 billion, and these people are running the economy. Interesting. Go figures. Australian digital ID system came out last week. You already need it to access the Australian government website. You could be forgiven if they believe the yes vote was already planned. The digital ID passed Parliament only 2 days ago, yet the website is already up and running. You can apply for your digital ID right now. No, thank you. We will not comply. Opt out, really not a good thing. They are coming after stake as well. This is when they bring in the social credit scores, CBDCs, instant taxation, instant theft. They don't like what you're doing. You spend too much on gas, on meat, whatever it is. You're not eating their bugs. They just turn it off, or they start deducting money. We're already seeing certain parts of the world. The globalists, they want it here. They admire what's happened over in China. It's the words out of their mouth. It's what they say is coming and what they want to implement. Because I'll bring it up. This is what
how to produce bodies and brains and minds. So once you know how to produce...
Hold up a minute, mate. He's already speaking. This is what they think.
Once you know how to produce bodies and brains and minds, so cheap labor in Africa or South Asia or wherever, it simply counts for nothing. Again, I think that the biggest question maybe in economics and politics of the coming decades will be what to do with all these useless people. I don't think we have an economic model for that. My best guess, which is just a guess, is that food will not be a problem. With that kind of technology, you will be able to produce food to feed everybody. The problem is more boredom and what to do with them, and how will they find some sense of meaning in life when they are basically meaningless, worthless. My best guess at present is a combination of drugs and computer games.
They want to feed you drugs and they want you to be distracted with computer games. Regular programming, we are back, feeling much better. That is the news with the fast facts. We won't have a banter today. We'll get into one tomorrow. We'll see you on the next video. Have a very beautiful day. Be blessed. Peace. I will go through the comments after. Appreciate every one of you. Cheers, guys.